Hi friends. Hi friends.
This is my whole grain oatmeal and honey recipe. I put in some flaxseed. I use King Arthur whole wheat flour. You will need salt, yeast, honey, oatmeal, and about 4 or 5 tablespoons of butter. Let's get started. Start with about 3 cups whole wheat flour. You may need more at the end depending on how sticky your bread is.
Hi friends.
3/4 cup of oatmeal. I just sprinkle the top with flaxseed, probably about 2 or 3 tablespoons. 1½ teaspoons of salt.
Yes.
Then stir all the dry ingredients. 1 1/3 cup warm water and mix in the yeast, this active yeast. If you turn on the back, it'll say 2 1/4 teaspoons active dry yeast. Or if you buy the packets, you just pour in a packet and you wait until it all should foam up. And don't mix in until it foams up. And if it does not foam up, then the water may not have been warm enough. I let my hot water run for just a few seconds in my sink, and then I fill it up that way. It seems to work for me. Next is honey. I use raw honey. It will be 4 or more tablespoons of honey. I usually use a little bit more. We still like our bread to have a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of flavor, but I have backed off since I've began this recipe. All right, so our liquid ingredients, butter included, are in one container. We have our flaxseed, whole grain, flour, oatmeal, and salt in the other container. Let's talk about the bread machine really fast. This is not a necessity. If you would like to do it without a bread machine, just comment below and I will explain the directions. This is my bread machine. It actually preheats the ingredients to a warm temperature for about 20 minutes before it cuts on. It will cook it in here. I have cooked it in here and I have taken it out and put it in the oven, and it is about the same results. The shape of the loaf is different. When I cook it in the oven, it's definitely more of that structured loaf bread that you find in the store, or it's just bigger pieces of loaf bread that I cut in half out of the bread machine. So all you're going to do is I'm going to plug it in here and it will begin warming. You've got bread type, crust color. I do mine on light, wheat, and light, and start. So it is on. We pour let's make sure the pan is locked in. It is. We pour the liquid ingredients in. I'll get the rest of that honey in just a minute. And then the dry ingredients in. Give it a quick stir.
Where's not coming? It says 8½ of butter, And 2 little drops of butter.
So we're going to let this rest. In about 15 or 20 minutes, the machine will cut on and start circulating. At that time, I will open up and judge the bread. If it is too dry, I will add a little bit of water. If it is too wet, then I will add a little bit of flour, about a tablespoon at a time. I really think it depends on the temperature. I'm not sure on that. It could just be me, but sometimes I have to add up to a half a cup with this recipe, and sometimes I don't have to add anything. So you have to be the judge of that. You don't want it too sticky, and you don't want it falling apart firm. So this is my whole grain oatmeal, flaxseed, honey bread recipe. The kids eat it, or Madeline eats it, and you know, my husband loves it. It's great just for anything. Toast, sandwiches, we use it just like regular bread. I even have toasted it and made it into breadcrumbs and used in my recipes that call for breadcrumbs. If you would like that recipe or would like me to do that, then just comment below and I would be happy to post a video on that. Happy cooking, God bless y'all, and stay tuned.